Hey, welcome to episode 26. We're here at the American Museum of Speed at Speedway Motors for the National Banquet weekend.
And I've got to apologize to the people right off the get. Jerry is here.
He made it.
He made it. We had a pretty good run going. And
Yeah, who invited you?
I
thought you were just coming to the banquet tomorrow.
Numbers were up.
I got a personal invite from people higher in hierarchy than you.
Numbers were up. We had a lot of fan mail coming in, rolling in.
All those new viewers that we picked up, we're going to lose.
Gone.
Means you'd have to be able to read,
Gone.
He snuck in.
We're going to see how well you read tomorrow night.
Oh, I practiced.
I had a Facebook memory. It was 10 years ago today
that we did it.
That you emceed the banquet with me.
You can read?
It was 10 years ago.
Unlike yourself, yes, I can read.
10 years ago he couldn't. I don't know why it should be any different today.
I got the knots, not being able to read.
Yeah. What's
Here,
the over-under?
I'll make some money on this. I'll give you the over-under.
125 names.
I was going to say, we've got an over-under on how many names you mess up.
125.
Now Ryan's got the pronunciation.
I've got the pronunciations. He's got all the C spot jump. Here's Dick and Jane.
Are we going to have one of these Jerry buttons tomorrow at the banquet?
No.
See? It's perfect.
No, I'm the only one. Oh.
No.
Jerry off.
All I wanted for Christmas was a Jerry kill switch, and I got it.
Got it a month and a half early.
We're going to get that in the podcast room when we get back. I want the buttons at the Kramer board. And
That's
Jim
right.
just want the Jerry kill button.
I want the Jerry kill button.
Well, then I want the Jim zoom the zoom off button then.
I want a green
well,
screen.
You know,
Yeah, I want a green screen too, you prick.
You were there in spirit last podcast.
I
Jerry.
know. I mean, you could have used some pictures of a little thinner and a lot recent pictures
Well,
of
Jerry, I didn't have any pictures of you when you were 7, so I wasn't going to get any skinnier pictures.
I think Jim told me that if he had a green screen, he'd work for free as long as he got a green screen for the podcast room.
That's it.
Really?
Wow.
So you're working for free?
You're working. Your wife's here. Should we ask her how that works out?
And access to Jerry's Facebook page for pictures.
Hey, they're on there.
Hey, at least you got recognized tonight, Jerry.
Oh yeah. Hey,
it took prompting for our president to even say I was here tonight.
Yeah.
You looked
And
right past me how many times, and you never said my name.
You introduced me. You introduced
and then you
me.
introduced me as his brother.
You're not?
Wait. You aren't related?
No.
Wow.
This just keeps getting worse.
What'd you expect?
Well, thanks for joining us. This one's over.
Good times.
You know what? I think we got a room full of potential guests.
We do.
You mean we're actually going to have guests?
I'll gladly vacate my chair.
Wait, the one thing we do
script.
have behind us is the most important guest
That's
of all.
cool. The very first.
Look at that hot rod.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the very first IMCA modified, and Brett did not destroy
Yay!
this
I didn't ruin
Look
that
at
one.
that. I did see they're trying to replicate the sport mod out back though. That was on the way. I mean, I saw a car crashed up in the median on I-80.
That car behind us is a car that Tom Herbert restored for us. He started it in the mid-'90s. Completed it around 07, I think, is when Tom finally finished it up. It sat down in the Quad Cities. He lived in, was it Silva?
Yeah.
Right by the airport.
Yeah, right by the airport.
Silvis.
The Quad Cities. Silvis, there you go.
Silvis.
So he kept it down there, and he worked on it, did all the research for it. So it is about as close as you can get to. It is the original car, but there were some things on it too that Tom had to replace.
It's not the original color, though, is it?
No, I think
the original one was pink.
I think it was pink.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, I think it was pink.
I've only seen black and white photos of the original.
Exactly. There's lots of stories.
This would have been 1979, so 43 years ago.
Yep.
Yep.
Won the first Super Nationals?
Yeah, in Vinton. Benton County Speed. Schulte drove that car.
Yep. Mike Schulte.
Yep. At the first Super Nationals when it was in Vinton. So yeah, a lot of history in that car back there.
And you know, the cars really look very similar nowadays.
I didn't think you were a drinker, Jim.
I can hardly tell the difference.
Tom Barry's here.
Yeah, he was out through the museum.
I think the shocks
looks
at
a
Tom.
lot like Tom Barry's. We just put
There's
another
Tom Barry
wall.
right here.
There's Tom Barry right
Tom
there.
We're
Barry.
putting 11X on this.
This is your ride.
You're going to race this in the spring.
You're gonna defend your title next year. Hopefully, you can beat one of the Flying Hall brothers.
But no, it's this. Speedway's had this car here for I don't know 10, 12 years now. Tom completed it, turned it over to IMCA a few years later, and I had it over at the office for a few years. We took it to the anniversary race. We took it to a anniversary race, if I remember correctly. We took it to the Super Nationals anniversary race for 1 year, I think. 25th anniversary race, I think, is what it was. So it's been on a trailer and been around a little bit. My wife pulled this thing to the Super Nationals 1 year. Believe that or not.
Wow.
She did. She hates me for it, too. But
Is that the only thing?
What?
Does she hate you for?
no, there's a long list.
Oh, okay.
A lot of history in that car, and we're proud to have it over here. It's been over here for many, many years.
What a great place for it.
Really, yeah, for sure. It's a very fitting place for it. You know, there's a lot of history in this place. It's so cool to be a part of this to have our reception here on Friday night at this museum.
Just talking to Clay, what did USA Today named this the #1
like car attraction
in the
museum
country.
in the country.
in the country?
Really?
Last year.
I
Or
mean,
this
it's-
spring? Was it this year?
I think it was early. Yes, spring.
Yeah.
What's fun is we've been walking around and people they're here for their first time ever.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah. And you tell them that.
Wow.
I mean, when people ask if they've never been to the banquet, should we come over a day early? Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
This makes your weekend. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Pretty cool.
Even if it's not your first time here, you walk through here. It's completely
There's
different.
something
it
new.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
I mean,
they change stuff around, and there's always something new. And
I mean, the Smith family does an outstanding job keeping this museum, not keeping it up, but expanding it. I think I don't even know how big. I think we're going to
90,000 feet they
Yeah, is
added
that
on
what it
back
is?
here
Yeah.
behind us. It's not open for this year, but I think next year it'll probably
Yep.
be open to
Just-
walk an extra 90,000
in
square feet of automobiles and memorabilia and
lunch pails.
lunch pails,
pedal
So
cars,
boxes, movie cars,
intake
guitars.
manifolds,
Yeah.
engines. I mean, it is crazy when you
movie
walk.
posters.
Yes.
The engineering in this building is truly fascinating.
And you won't find a
If you
speck
are
of dust.
A car,
No.
You will
no.
not
If you're,
find a speck
and if you're a car enthusiast, I mean, this is like heaven. This
Well-
is crazy. It's cool.
And the thing that Clay, we were talking to him a little bit ago, is Clay Smith. I think, what did he say, all but like 12 cars here are owned by the Smith family.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
12 cars that are on loan. The rest are owned by the Smith family.
Yep.
Quite a deal.
They invested an incredible amount
my
of
God.
resources into this.
But you don't
into
see
this.
them driving them around Lincoln
Full-time
on a
staff.
summer
No.
weekend. do you?
There's
Or do they have their own collectors collectibles that they do get out?
I don't think that 56 Nomad is
I don't
going
think
anywhere
that's going
soon.
anywhere.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's one here somewhere. I don't know where it's at now. It was built in the 1916 World's Fair. It's a hand-built car, and I came into Speedway one day. It was a Saturday, and that car was parked out front.
Oh wow.
So I go into Bill's office. I go, Bill, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going to my 50th college reunion. And I get so sick and goddamn tired. Every time I go someplace, somebody says, I have a car just like that. Or my brother-in-law knows a person who knows a person that has that exact same car. He goes, nobody can say that now. This is the one and only.
Yeah, not anymore.
He had it out driving it. It's unbelievable.
I guess when you own it, you might as well.
Might as well,
Correct.
yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, the legacy that Clay and the Smith family
Oh.
have continued since
Yes.
Bill and Joyce passed away is pretty incredible.
Yes.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Awesome place to be. We can interview some racers.
Let's do
Yeah,
that.
we're
Really
gonna have
people don't
racers. Yeah, we're gonna have actual in studio guests.
Sweet.
Is this our new
Yes.
studio?
Well, for
gonna drive
number
over here every
26. Yeah, we could. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like 50 minutes. It'll be kind of
No,
a pain
no,
in
we
the
can't.
ass
Yeah.
for me, but
Yeah, we'd be closer.
We'd all have to have green screens, and you can sit in the
Yeah,
studio
you
by
can
yourself.
sit right here.
oh no, I'm the only one with a green screen.
We do have a National Rookie of the Year over here, though.
We do.
But
Oh,
he's not his first trip to Lincoln.
No.
No, he was a National Rookie in the Southern Sport Mod,
Southern.
and
National
he was
cha-
a National Champion in
Yes.
the Southern Sport Mod. Now he's
Yeah.
a National Modified Rookie of the
a
Year.
lot of racing in that family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of racing.
What?
Well,
So I'm gonna get off.
you are?
Oh,
yeah,
have
I can
fun.
jump off.
Okay.
No, I'll let you guys talk to him.
Okay.
Okay.
I was hoping to.
You
I'll
are-
let you talk to the next
Well,
one.
we don't both have to sit here. I
No,
wouldn't think.
Well, you
I
can
mean,
leave too,
there's-
Jim. Nobody will be offended.
If you guys get
Nobody
tired
will
of
be
talking to
offended.
people- If you get tired
I'm
of
sure.
talking to people, let me know. I'll come
I'm
back.
sure there's a sandwich in Omaha or in Lincoln that needs
That's what
your
I'm looking
lips
for.
around
Brett,
it.
will you do me a favor when you leave here? Will you go out and see if I'm here?
Sure.
Hey, see if you can find Dan too.
All right.
You might have to.
think.
You might have to shrink down that headset from that big head that was
Yeah.
just covering. I don't know.
It's all right.
It's
Now
all
this
right.
is this your first time on a podcast?
Yeah.
Or did we
No.
No.
just the
we
brother,
don't-
right?
We're not
Yeah,
talking about
ju-
Mason
just,
Day because
just
this
a
is
little
Matthew.
one no one likes.
The little mouthy one.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure.
Actually, I do have to bring this up. before we don't talk about your brother anymore, because this is about you and not him. Is he here?
Oh, yeah, he's talking
because
crap somewhere.
there
Where
is
is
a-
Hey, see, right there.
Oh, yeah, he was talking smack to me up on floor 2.
Mason, there is a girl. There is a girl who is coming to the banquet this year because you're going to be here.
Oh, good God.
Someone's infatuated with you, and I don't remember who she is,
Oh, my.
but she's coming to see you.
It's definitely a little creepy. I mean,
We've got security detail lined up for
Did-
you. It'll
okay,
be
that's
but
good, that's
there
good.
is a young
Yeah.
girl that wants to see. you.
wait, can we let them attack him? That would be nice.
Kind of like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's a little weird.
So Matthew Day from Farmersville,
Yes,
Texas,
sir.
National
Yes, sir.
Modified Rookie of the Year.
Yes, sir.
And what else did you win this year? Did you win
Uh,
track championships
I got
too?
2 track championships, one at Southern Oklahoma Speedway and one at Heart of Texas Speedway.
First year to modify.
Yes, sir.
I've got to ask one question. What's it like racing weekly for Nicky Webb?
His
Oh,
agent.
that's my manager.
Or his
Yeah,
race
yeah,
manager.
yeah, she manages the days.
Well, she says I piss her off because I always walk in the building. She's always looks pretty mad. I'm like, what are you mad at today? And then she just yells at me. So I don't know how that works.
hey, don't feel it happens to all of
Well,
us.
yeah, I figured I asked John about it. He said it happens all the time too to him. So
Oh,
I figured it's just part of it.
That might be the reason right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably just part
One
of
of
it.
the things that Nikki does, she likes to stir up a lot of stuff
Yeah,
behind the
we-
scenes.
we-
And me and
yes.
John are always trying to keep her tamed down.
Yeah.
And she is just stirring shit
Yeah,
up.
we were down at Boone, and we were running. It was getting a little cut to the wire because we had running that Friday night. They smashed everything together, so we were running a crap ton of races. And here they are. We ran out of fuel. We were just pumping fuel out of the drum, and she's go get one of our jugs. I'm like, Nikki, we got fuel. We're fine. And she's like, go get one of our jugs. And here she is, smoking a cigarette, pissed off, runs go get one of her fuel jugs of 5 gallons, and then runs back over. And I closed the deck lid of my car because I didn't want her putting her fuel in because I was like, we didn't pay for
Well,
that.
that was probably John's
Well-
cheated fuel anyways.
Well, it could have been, but
Oh, that
it,
only goes in the 87 car. Right?
yeah, it was it was really a mistake closing it because she wanted to take that screwdriver and was trying to stab us. And here she is smoking a cigarette, pouring fuel in. I'm like, you're gonna light us all up.
She's just, I hate to say it, but just a bad influence on
Yeah, I mean,
myself
really.
and John. You know, we try
I
to
feel sorry for John. I mean,
we try to
that's a
stay
bad
above that
influence.
stuff, but sometimes we just can't.
I don't know how John does it. She just yells at him. I'm like, what the heck, Nikki? John's being all nice, and you're just getting mad at him.
That's
What the
balance.
heck?
That's balance.
It's balance. Yeah.
You know, we're all going to pay for this.
Yes, I think my phone's vibrating right now. We're probably in trouble.
Luckily, it's not live, so we have a couple days to
that
live.
half
Okay,
of the
yeah,
table,
yeah,
That
we're good.
happened down
half
there.
of the
That
table.
happened down there.
Nikki Webb is a saint.
Since your brother's not doing anything, Mason, will you get me a Coke, please?
Yeah,
Coke.
servant.
Yeah, I'd take a water also. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, yes,
please.
Yes.
Then we'll put you on a podcast.
Hey, less of this and more of that will get us drinks.
He don't know how to do that. That's the issue. I've been trying for years.
I'm good, thank you.
He'll be working in the shop and he'll just start running off. I'm like, I needed something. Dang it, and he'll just run off.
So let's talk about your season. Forget about him. We got him out of here. Let's talk about you now.
What about me?
Tell us about your year. What did
Why
you
Why are you so
accomplish
good?
to be here again?
Did you ever crash this year?
Oh yeah, you should have seen the first race out.
Oh, then tell me about it.
Oh, it was great. I feel sorry for the dude because here I am in a brand new car in a class I've never raced with, a car I've never even felt move around like that. So I'm sitting here taking it easy, trying to figure out how I want to do it. And then I get back in and Dad's like, "You're not driving hard enough." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I know. I'm still learning." He goes, "Drive the piss out of it." I'm like, "Okay." So I drove the piss out of it, but I drove it right into someone else too.
He drove it right down his leg.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. I mean, I knocked the deck out of it. Not bad, but enough where I was like, I ain't gonna race it that night. And that was before I was planning on running points, so that kind of hurt me over at Heart of Texas because
What about the other guy's car? What did it look like?
I didn't even look. I didn't want to because I was like, "This
who
is."
was the other driver?
I don't know. Dad said it was a 27, and we seen him once that year, and after
never
that,
came
he
back.
never came back.
Well, there's
so,
a reason because you took him out.
Oh, thank you, waiter.
I appreciate that. That really looks like a Coke, Mason. That's
You got
wonderful.
a tip? Oh no, he wasn't that good. Never mind. He ain't worth tipping.
Thank you.
So, where all did you race this year? We know you raced at Heart of Texas.
We
know
ran-
you raced at Ardmore, Southern Oklahoma Speedway.
We ran Kennedale. I made a trip down to I-37. Let's see here. Where else we run? I think that was really it. We ran a lot. When we went to Boone, we traveled, hit the speed weeks. So we went to the Harris Clash up Deer Creek. We went to Spencer. We made a trip down to a really neat track in Princeton, Minnesota. That was kind of a neat hole in the wall track.
up.
That'd
That's
actually
up.
be a trip up.
Well, yeah. Either way, everything's up. I mean, so yeah. But that was a really neat
Yes.
track, hole in the wall. It was just kind of different.
It
was neat. It raced different than anything I've ever been there.
I love that place.
I mean, it was a lot like Boyd Raceway, but it was racier. It was weird.
Good. What are your plans for next year?
I don't know yet.
Well, you should already know. You went from National Southern Sport Mod rookie to National Southern Sport Mod champion. National Modified
IMCA
rookie to.
There's only one step
Yeah,
left.
there's one step
Yeah.
left.
Well, I'm thinking about it, but when I do that, I also can't travel. And I enjoyed. I mean, we run Texas a lot, and you run against the same guys every week, and I've been running most of them all my life. And when we go up north, it's a lot heavier competition. I like it. I mean, I don't want to race. I mean, they're good down there, but you got Tim Ward and everybody and them guys up here. I want to come run with the best
He's
there
from
is.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, he runs up here a lot, don't he?
Well, he lives in Iowa.
That's down.
He lives
Well,
in
it
Arizona's
works.
down.
It works. Whatever.
over for him.
It's
Yeah.
all up. For me, it's all up.
Well,
so.
you are right. You're only as good as the competition, and we'd love to see you up here more often, or in the Midwest more often.
I don't know how it's going to work. I know if we stay home, I'm going to probably run for the national title. But if not, I plan on doing a little more traveling than I normally do. It kind of depends on how school goes.
For as much as you were on the road, though,
Yeah.
to win 2 track championships, that even speaks more to
It
how
was
how
a lot
quality
of
a
timing.
driver you are.
We got lucky. I mean, we had a really good car out the gate and really good tech sport. I mean, Longhorn gave us a good car to begin with, so we hit the gate running pretty good. And then the tracks early on were stupid dry, so we were kind of the modified. Really, I started dialing modified out of it in the beginning. We turned it more to a sport mod where I drove it straight in, straight out. I mean, it was really weird because it handled a lot like a sport mod in the beginning until we slowly gave it more modified stuff back to where I got comfortable with it. But we still won 3-4 races as of tying the chain up on the left rear, not letting it hike up as much, and we still won a couple races like that. So
you said the tracks were terrible at the beginning of the year.
Oh, no,
the
they weren't terrible.
The competition isn't as tough in Texas. You might not be able to race back home
And
again.
you took out the 27
And you took
car.
out the
Yeah.
27
well,
car.
the 27
And you
probably.
said Nikki Webb pisses you
Yeah,
off.
I mean,
man.
Oh, hey, I'm
That's
probably
even-
dead as soon as I get to the Oklahoma border.
That's 4 things. 3 is a hat trick. What do you call 4?
We just took care of him racing for
no,
national
no,
points
no.
because Ardmore's off the table now.
hey,
Yeah, you
Well,
and
Boyd
hey,
is too.
hey,
He said
yeah.
that Princeton was racing in
racing
Boyd.
Boyd.
Racing in Boyd.
Yeah, when you get back to Oklahoma and you drive past John and Nikki's place, you and Joe Exotic are going to have the same thing in common. You ain't going to be found.
I think if I get across the border, I'm dead. I mean,
Hey, just make sure and get a good hand pie.
She-
Get a
fried
good
pie.
fried pie, and then
she's
stop
probably
and say hi.
she's probably hitting me right now, trying to, or she's probably got a gun out already. She's probably
She's
just
late.
hearing this and it's running live.
Maybe what we'll do, you'll have a little bit of time before Nate gets this all put together. Nate,
Next year.
Can we get him back home before you? Can we get him back home before you put this on the air?
Oh, so
Wait, you already texted her?
Oh, we forgot to tell you, this is Facebook Live right now.
I ought to pull my
are
phone
we
out
on
and
Facebook
see.
Live? We're not Facebook Live, are we?
Shh, it's my story. Let him tell
Hey,
his.
we
we
ought
are
to call Nikki and see what she's doing.
Why ain't she here?
You want to call her?
I don't get her on the phone.
Let's see what she's doing.
Put her on the speaker.
Let's see what
And
Nikki's
you
doing.
might want to tell her she's going to be on speaker.
No,
on a
don't.
podcast.
don't
no,
tell
we
him.
didn't-
No,
we didn't
tell-
no. We're all about surprises on this
Yeah.
Oh,
podcast.
well, I don't know if this is a
Let's see what
surprise I'm
Nikki's
ready
doing.
for.
You're gonna have to get it up by the
yeah,
microphone.
we're good.
You got her on speaker?
Nikki, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting here. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm kind of walking around this museum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ask her why she's not here.
Why are you not here?
Well, because I just didn't come.
Is she stirring any shit up right now?
I think you're stirring some stuff up down there.
I'm not stirring nothing. I think you need to quit talking to Jerry Van Sickle and them.
Whoa,
Hey, you can't be saying that.
Man, how do I get the bus drove
It's
over
all
me?
your fault.
Yeah, he's already mad at you.
Why is he mad at me?
Because I got to sit by Jim.
Because
welcome her to the podcast.
Yeah,
yeah,
well-
you're on the podcast now.
I am?
Yeah.
That's nice.
And she's pissed off again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
add it to the list.
Where's John at? Is he chilling?
Well, I really don't want to say where John's at while I'm on the podcast.
Oh boy.
He must be in the bathroom.
Well, then we
man.
really need
Yes,
to know.
yes,
where
we
he
really
is.
need to know.
Oh,
we were joking about the podcast.
Yeah.
Where's John at?
We're having fun,
Here, I don't
Nikki.
know.
You're missing out.
Here, I'll call John real
call
quick.
John.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
1 year, I don't know. We're just so busy. It's just hard to take away.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know.
I
Old
just-
Nikki's always busy.
We were just talking about how sometimes me and John have to be the voice of reason while you try to stir shit
Yeah.
up.
Whoa. Leave the gravy train up, Mr. Jim.
Now you got her started.
Oh, way to go, Jim.
Oh.
Imagine that Jim pissing somebody off.
Really? That's
First
a
for everything.
Dude, you're always causing trouble. I mean, ain't that right? I walk in to draw in, and you're like already mad at me.
I'm never mad at you.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'll leave you be, maybe.
Thanks, Nikki.
I'm sure my phone's going to ring again here in a little while.
Alrighty. Bye.
Thanks, Nikki. Bye.
Well, she knows Jerry's
you're
the
in trouble.
major shit stir.
Well,
Yeah. What are you doing over there?
Got somebody else? Okay.
You're causing trouble already.
Well, you know what?
Hey, I'll tell Nikki all this was your idea, and she'll believe me.
Oh, I know she will.
Yeah.
Then I'll set all you straight. Because we'll play her
Alrighty.
the video.
Y'all stay out of trouble.
We appreciate it, sir.
Thanks,
No
thank
problem.
you. Congratulations
You
on
bet.
your
Thank
season.
you.
Bill brought a guest, Miley Joanne Goldwich-Rames, the National Rookie of the Year for the IMCA Sport Compacts. Put that up. Oh, right.
Turn it around. Take it off and turn it around.
Oh my gosh.
It's all right.
It's okay.
You're still doing this better than Bill did. Now I'll slide this up
Now put the.
right in front of your mouth. There,
There
you
we
go.
go.
There you go. You got
There
it.
we go.
She came all the way from New Mexico to see
She
us.
did. She raced a lot this year. You raced a lot early. You were like leading national points, I think, early on in the season.
Yeah.
So
I saw her race at Cocopot Winter
you?
Nationals this year or whenever it was.
how many nights did you race this year? Do you know?
It was
49.
49 races, almost 50.
And you raced. Do you know how many racetracks you were at this year?
We were in. Oh, I don't even know. We were in. Like Iowa. We were in Colorado, Arizona, Utah,
You traveled
Yeah.
quite a bit.
and here a lot.
And here. Yeah, you were here for Super Nationals too. Yeah, you
Oh,
came
yeah.
for
Yep.
you came for that. And National Rookie of the Year. So did you get any wins this year?
Yeah, I got 14.
14 wins. 16
Jeez.
years old, almost one for every year.
No,
14.
14 years old.
So she did get a win for
Holy
every
cow.
year. And I
A
thought
win
you
for
were.
every
I
a win
thought-
for every hair on Bill's head.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought you were good with numbers
Well,
and math.
we don't
and
have an off day, so.
Second in the Lady Eagle, is that correct?
Yes.
And where did you finish in the national standings?
National, I'm pretty sure I was 16. Wait, what are you? Wait.
National Sport
national-
Compact
Yeah,
points?
National Sport Compact.
I'll look it up.
I think
Do
she
you know
was
where it was?
I
She was
think it was
top.
fifth.
Fifth.
I think she was
fifth.
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 think
I
she
thought you
was
were talking
top
about
five.
junior. It was fifth.
So you were Junior National, Lady Eagle, Sport Compact. You were in the top. few
1,
of
2,
all of
5.
those. 1, 2, 5. So you'll have a lot of hardware to take home with you tomorrow night.
Right.
Plus a track championship,
Yeah.
a state championship.
Where did you win your track title at?
New Mexico.
Your tra-
Oh,
What
New
track?
Mexico. Oh, Aztec.
Aztec. Okay, yeah, in New Mexico. Cool. What are you going to do next year? You're going to stay in the Sport Compact division?
No, we're
or
gonna do hobby stock,
Oh,
and
moving
we're
on.
gonna do sport
They're
compact.
doing
but, like,
both.
doing both of them.
I read the
Yeah.
script.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I read because I get to talk about it tomorrow
you get
night.
to introduce her
Yes,
I wrote that part of the script.
I know.
So
I could tell the Bill Martin writing.
all the misspellings.
tomorrow night. I tried to correct those.
Thank you.
I'll screw it up anyway, no matter how good you guys are.
So did you have any racing experience before you got
how'd you
into the
get started?
IMCA Sport Compact division?
Yeah, so it was in 2019. This guy came into my dad's work and asked if I wanted to join like the youth class they were running in Colorado, and I joined that for 2 years, and then this year I started my the adult class.
So were you 11 then? 3 years ago? You would have been 11 years old when you
Yeah,
started that?
12,
12?
11, 12.
Wow.
Wow.
What were you doing 11, 12 years old?
Picking up trash at the
That's a
racetrack.
race. You weren't racing anywhere. Huh? Wow. So why a Sport Compact? What was the appeal to that for you?
Because it was in the youth class, so that's what we had to start out in with sport compact.
Okay. And you found success?
Yeah.
Very early.
That's cool.
And a hobby stock next year, going to run for rookie next year in that, or just
Yeah.
going to try to get some seat time? Cool. Cool, cool. Very nice.
What do you do for fun in New Mexico?
Uh-oh.
I don't even know. There's nothing to do in New Mexico.
Just racing?
Yeah.
Racing?
Do you like working on the race cars then, or do you have
Yeah.
parents
I
for
have
that?
a mechanic
You
and
have-
my dad.
Yeah.
You're a mechanic. Is this your dad over
Yeah.
here? He's the chief mechanic, the crew chief for your car? Or no?
No, my mechanic is. Yeah.
He works?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do your friends think about it? Like when you go to school and
They
you
don't really know. I don't really talk.
What? You don't brag about all this great stuff? I mean, now here's the deal. Now when you go to school on Monday, you got to wear your jacket and all that stuff and show and tell, and then get them talking about it.
Right.
Then you could have like a whole new pit crew. Like all your friends could come out. And
I don't think she's going for that.
I don't
Jared. I
think
don't
she's-
think
I-
she's going for that. So you freshman?
Yeah.
Freshman high school.
play any sports
Um.
in the band.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader, but we had to call it quits because of racing is about to start up.
So racing takes priority
Yeah.
over everything else. As it should.
Yeah.
As it should.
Clearly.
Cool. So are you going to race same tracks next year?
We're gonna kind of follow the hobby stocks,
Okay.
because
Where-
in New Mexico we have like these. I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but it's like this like.
Like a series?
Yeah, the Western Fender.
The Fender series.
Yeah,
yeah,
the Western
yep.
Fender series.
And that's about, was that 8 or 10 races? I think it's
Something
8 or 10.
like that.
Something like that.
But we'll go other places too.
Jason Duggins now, he is your 4-time regional champion down there. Are you guys, do you know them very well? Jason?
Yeah. We park next to them in the pits a lot.
Pretty helpful
So,
to your
yeah.
program, is he?
Yeah.
Gives good advice?
Mhm.
Never spun you out?
No.
Have you had a big crash yet?
No.
That's good.
Haven't
That's
rolled
good.
a car?
Never
or
rolled
totaled
over,
a car?
caught on fire.
Knock on wood, no.
We just jinxed her, Jerry.
Literally.
We jinxed her.
Thanks, guys.
So what's it like when you beat the boys? Like when you beat the guys who've been racing forever? How does that make you feel?
I don't even know.
They don't give you a hard time or anything, do you?
No, not really.
And I was like,
Just
oh, we got
another
beat by
racer.
that girl again tonight. We better figure our stuff out. They don't
Well,
ever say that or anything?
When we talked before, you said something about how everywhere you went, the other drivers were very complimentary and they helped you, and sometimes with
Yes.
parts. Am I correct?
Yes. Everyone is very helpful, and or at least the people we've met are very,
That's good.
yeah.
It's
She
very
hasn't met
They're
us yet.
She hasn't. But if she's raced all over, I think that's a good testament
Yeah,
for
no,
the people
that's
that
awesome.
she races with. Yeah. They probably know that she'd kick their butt. So
Yeah.
yeah, they have to
Now
be
we've
nice
heard
to
her name
Milo.
before. Get ready for second place. Here she comes.
So you're going to try to run both cars every time you race, or just take certain nights for the hobby stock, certain nights for the compact, or don't you know
Oh,
yet?
we're gonna try to bring them both.
Are you?
Yeah. We'll have my dad drive one, and my mom will drive the other. So.
I would
We'll
be
go that way.
curious to know, to talk to you after. You've never raced a hobby stock at all, have you?
Well, I did race the first start of it, but they would have ended my points for Sport
Okay.
Compact because that's a lower division,
Right.
and I was.
I would be curious to know after you race a hobby stock if it changes her driving style in a sport compact. Because if you're racing both of those at the same time, I have a feeling you might become even more aggressive in a sport compact. That just seems to be the way that seems to work. So, yeah, that would be interesting to know.
Do you have any people you want to thank for your season?
I want to thank my dad, my mom, my mechanics, and all my sponsors like O'Reilly, Rock and Roller Inc., and Gasco.
Cool. Sounds like quite a crew.
It does.
I want to know about the rock and roller rink.
Rock and roller.
And Holiday Farms. My family owns all those. My dad and mom own Gasco and Holiday Farms.
So what is Gasco?
It's a propane place.
Okay.
Do they know Hank Hill?
Yeah, no, they're not from Texas.
Oh,
you
okay.
ding-a-ling.
Oh, that's right.
Well, we
that's
do
right.
have this little bottle dock outside that my dad named Hank. So I don't know
He
if that's
knows
where.
Hank
He
Hill.
knows Hank
I
Hill.
think he does know what
So
that
your
is.
parents on it, right?
Yeah.
Hank Hill? You know Hank Hill, right? He knows
Yeah, he
Hank
does.
Hill.
Your
knows
mom's like,
Hank
I
Hill.
don't know what they're talking about. I'm just filming this stuff. So I want to know about is it a roller rink like
Yeah.
like a skating rink?
Yeah.
Awesome. I remember going as a kid all the time.
Are you good at skating? You probably have to be, don't you?
I am. We don't really go much anymore. I guess I'm
Oh.
tired of it.
Can you do any like cool tricks?
Not really.
Now, did you skate on like inline skates or the 4-wheel skates?
The inline.
Oh, I could never.
I
do-
could
I-
never.
I-
I could barely do it on four
I probably
wheels.
still have bruises from the last time I skated 40 years ago. Yeah, I would be very good at that. You ever skate, Bill?
He's a roller
Poorly.
derby fan.
Poorly?
Poorly.
If I stay up on the wheels and not fall down, then that's a good.
That would be better
successful-
than me.
So how's school going for you? Are you like on the honor roll, or what's your favorite class in school?
My favorite class, I don't even know. That's hard. I like all my classes. I love all my teachers. And
Really?
I like my
nobody you
school.
want to talk bad about? Oh, sorry.
That's usually what happens on this thing.
That's cool.
That's
you get
awesome.
good grades then?
Yeah.
Good attendance? She's a champion racer. She's got everything going.
Yeah.
for
Are you
her.
excited to walk up on the stage tomorrow?
Yeah.
And get all your
You
awards?
don't have to give a speech.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to talk.
You walk up, you'll shake Jim's hand, and then you'll walk off the stage.
And Bill will be back there to give you some
Yep,
stuff.
so you don't have to talk. But we'll talk about you more than we'll talk about a lot of people since you were a national rookie. So
Yes. She's like, I want to be done.
she
with
wants to
this."
be done.
Yeah,
She is like,
she's
is this
ready to be
over
done.
yet?
She's like, would they just shut up?
Do you
All
want
right.
to go back to your family now? Have you
I
had
don't
enough
care.
of this? You don't
Yes.
care.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Well, congratulations on your
Thank
season.
you.
We look forward to seeing you back here next year as maybe the rookie of the year in the hobby stocks
And
and,
you
some
know,
more acclimates in your sport compact.
She is going to be the very first driver across the stage tomorrow. I just realized that.
Yes.
You will be the very first driver.
What?
You're going to be the very first driver to accept an award tomorrow.
No pressure that
Yeah.
you're going to be the
Yeah.
first
so you're not,
one
you
across
are
the stage.
So you're not going to be able to watch how anyone else does it first. You're going to be the very first driver.
Like I'm the first one to
very,
go up?
very
Yep.
first of the night.
Oh, okay.
She won't sleep tonight now.
I
She's
guess
not
we
going
can
to
go
sleep.
with that one.
Yeah. You will be the first one.
Okay.
We'll make sure you don't like
Yeah.
goof up or nothing.
Don't
You'll
worry.
be
He'll,
good.
he'll goof up plenty
Yeah, I'm
tomorrow.
gonna-
It'll,
Yep,
take
you
away,
will.
it'll take away from any goofing
I don't
up
know if
you
you
do.
noticed now, for 2 weeks in January, I screwed her name up every night.
Did you?
That was Joan.
Yeah.
Miley Joan?
Yeah, I thought it was Miley Joan, but then they said,
Two N's. There's
yeah,
two
but
N's.
you know, I don't know. I'm not smart.
You don't read well.
No, and
You
I
don't
don't
read good?
talk well either.
It's all right.
But you talk a lot.
But you
Not
don't.
as much as Brett and
That's
Jim.
the line of the
This
night
is the
right
much
there.
as we've talked on
It
one of
is.
these
It
things.
is.
All right, Miley.
All right. Thank you, Miley,
Thank
for
you.
congratulations on a great year, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Oh, thank
Get
you
your
so
award.
much.
No, you can stay, Bill, because you brought a guest, and you are the introducer of the guests.
I only know him.
You don't even know him?
I said I only know him.
You only
Oh.
know Bill?
Yeah.
Well,
you
then,
probably
hi,
safer
hi,
that
I'm
way.
Jerry, and you
Hi,
are?
Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Oh, that's Caitlin Robertson.
Crazy Kate.
She's the Western Region Rookie of the Year,
No
right?
way.
Yeah.
Crazy
Nice to meet
Kate.
you, Kate.
Yeah.
I
with
saw
a
her.
K.
I saw her on the Facebook one time. She's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Why?
but-
Why are you crazy?
Yeah, why are you crazy,
I've
Kate?
had that name since day one.
So you're the
I've been-
Western Region Rookie of the Year from the IMCA Modified Division. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So our 4 viewers can keep up with,
Yeah.
with what's going on.
There's 4?
Hey, more
Yeah,
than.
we picked one up when you weren't on last week.
Oh, yes.
My wife will be watching also. That would be 5.
Fine.
Sweet.
That's
Oh,
out
you
of-
got me on now, so
That's out of
when they start rolling
obligation.
in.
Now it's
Okay.
going to be
The
Crazy
Western
Kate.
region, yeah.
Crazy Kate's going to have the West Coast. Just our numbers are going to
Go through the roof.
skyrocket. So where did you race this year?
I raced everywhere. So I started in Susanville, California. It's my hometown track. And then we raced a little bit in Quincy. But because I wasn't going to compete, I didn't think I would have a chance or anything. So we were just racing. My papa bought me a modified. I've been wanting to move up for quite some time. I've been winning the mini stock for a few years, and I got track championships, and I was like, I'm over it. I'm putting the track. I want to race. I want to go fast and run with the big boys. So he got me a modified, and we started in Susanville, and then once I saw my points started creeping up on IMCA, I told him, I was like, we have to. I was like, we can't stop now. And so we went to Battle Mountain, Elko, Winnemucca,
Holy
Fallon,
cow. Wow.
Quincy.
You went to every track in Nevada.
Yeah.
then.
I wanted to go to Oregon really bad, but we decided to stay, next year we're going to go to the bigger races, so I want to do the 100-lap main event in Oregon.
When you say Susanville, that's Diamond Mountain Speedway.
Yeah.
And Susanville, Quincy is American Valley
mhm.
Speedway. So the viewers at home that might not know those track names.
I didn't know him.
You didn't know those?
Well, I knew Susan.
And you
Bill, but
rattled
I
off, I think, every track we sanctioned in Nevada almost, didn't you? What did you say you went to? You went to
Yeah, so Elko, Battle Mountain.
Elko is Summit, Battle Mountain Raceway. Okay.
And then I won 2 races races in Battle Mountain. It was my first wins this year.
On the same
Wow.
weekend.
Yes, on the same weekend.
And let me see, in between those wins, was it a brand new nephew that arrived?
Yes, so my godson Ronan
wow.
was born, and so that was pretty cool. So I was like, I'm racing this race for him, and then I won. And on our way out there to Battle Mountain on our trailer, both of our, on the right side, both of our tires fell off. So first it was on the trailer, one tire fell off, and my papa kept going, and he like probably drove like 50 or like 100 miles in between, and then he lost the other wheel. So then he was completely
Now we
on
know
the
where
side.
Crazy Kate gets it.
Exactly. From Papa.
From Papa, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, so we were behind him because we were running late with my mechanic Jason, and so we went to a in Winnemucca, I think, a little trailer shop, and they had the right replacement. So we caught him, we replaced it, and we made it on time, and then won.
Holy cow. That's a story. Wow. Everything happened to fall into place when everything
Yes.
fell apart. Wow. So I'm going to break my grandmother's cardinal rule when it comes to talking to ladies. How old are you? May I ask you that?
I'm 19.
19 years old.
Wow.
We have a lot of youth every year that win these Rookie of the Years, and the female racers continue to just impress. I mean, we've had a lot of female racers win championships and regional championships, rookie
As we
championships.
discussed that earlier, this is not just 2 in a row, but she is the second Caitlin in a row in the Western region, and the 3rd female driver in the Western region in 7 years, following in the tire tracks, so to speak, of Kelsey Foley.
Kelsey Foley and
Yes.
Caitlin Sample were the other two, is that right?
That is correct.
Cool. Wow. So how many nights did you race this year? If you went all over.
I think I won, or I raced 33 races, or right? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're around there, right?
Mid-30s. I was thinking
Yeah.
36.
And when you
Yeah.
race in the Western region, here in the Midwest, you can go an hour and find a racetrack anywhere, any
Yeah.
night of the week almost. But it's a commitment when you race in the Western region. You have to travel.
It was 5 hours
Yeah.
to Elko.
Yeah, you have to commit
Yeah.
to where you're going on race night. So that's awesome.
I know. I told my mom, I said, once I started competing and I was up there, I was like, if I win this, I said, you have to buy my plane ticket.
So who all did you bring with you to Lincoln this weekend?
So I brought my mom. The only people we're missing is my grandpa Papa. He makes it all happen. I started in go-karts, and my mom started me off when I was 4 years old. And then
If I can interrupt, your mother is a race car driver, is she not?
yes, the whole family kind of is. So my mom's been racing since I can remember. She used to drive a modified. She's in a sport mod right now. She's driving a hobby stock. She's kind of done it all. And then Craig Neiman is her husband, and Papa Larry is my papa, and he races mini stocks. But I think he kind of likes watching me now because he kind of stopped as soon as I got into it. But yeah.
That is cool. So next year you're going to be back in a modified?
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna-
I'm not done now. This was just the beginning of it, and to see how much I can do and just learn in 1 year, I don't want to stop
You looking
now.
to travel some more, chase some points or track points or regional points, or do you have anything set in mind that you want to do?
So this year I was top 10 in pretty much a lot of my divisions in state and in track champions. I was top 10 in pretty much a lot of those. So next year I want to just do a lot of big races. I want to run with the big boys, and I want to show them who I am and get them a little taste of Crazy Kate.
Nice. She ain't scared, is she?
No.
Hey, can you do me a favor? When you're racing at Susanville, can you spin out Riley
Yeah,
Simmons
Riley
for me?
Simmons, yeah.
I want to beat him. That's my goal this year.
A lot of people want to beat
Yeah.
him.
So I raced.
I don't mean on a racetrack either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool running with him this year because at our track he does win a lot, and Chris Neiman, my stepbrother, he's always right there next to Riley, and so this year my goal is to beat Riley and Chris, and just like a clean, nice race is my goal, and it's gonna happen. Watch.
You're confident. I think it will.
I think it will. I know it will. She said it here.
Yep.
It's
We'll
gonna
make sure it
happen.
happens. Yeah. Cinnamon needs a little humility sometimes.
He needs a little something.
A lot of
I need
times.
some of his sponsors, so.
So
Well,
put
once
in
you beat him, you can take his sponsors
Yeah.
away from him. That's a lady with a plan right there. I like that.
Exactly.
I asked one of his sponsors to sponsor me, and they said I want someone that wins, and they could have had their name out here.
Oh wow! You're gonna send this link to him, this
Yeah.
clip to him, yeah. Boy, she's a marketing director too.
Yeah.
She could do it all.
She is.
Speaking of sponsors,
Yes.
who would you like to thank for your season?
So I would like to give a big shout out to my papa. It would never happen without him. And my pit crew, Shala, she helped a lot she didn't know anything about it. She was a fan in the crowd, and I took her in, and I was like, you want to go to the pits? And she's been my pit crew ever since, and my only pit crew. And then Jason Emmett, he's my mechanic. He's taught me everything that I know on the modified. Me and my papa were big on mini stocks, so we can do anything on a mini stock. But when we saw this modified, we kind of just looked at it, and we're like, we don't know what we're looking at. So Jason came in, he had a sport mod, so he learned a lot as well. But we all kind of learned this year about a modified and how to drive it and how to a lot of math is in it, and that you wouldn't even believe. It's crazy how much just tilting your car a little bit changes the whole lap of the track. And yeah, so what was the question again?
Sponsors.
Who do you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
thank? Who do you want to thank?
I would like to thank Jason for making it all happen.
And half of the businesses in Susanville, if I remember correctly.
Yes, half of them. So Jason, he has Big Dog Transportation, my papa. Benet's, they're just a little food place. Their daughter was my biggest fan at every race, and they asked me to sponsor them, so I wear their banner with pride every time. And JB Portables, Les Schwab Tires, Reese Mini Storage, and my mama, and all my fans. They'd make it all worth it. It's so much fun going to the crowd and just hearing them cheer for me.
What do your friends think about it?
I don't really invite them, to be honest, because growing up, I've always done it. And growing up, bringing my friends, it was just always like they weren't into it. They were like, I don't like watching a car go around a track. And I'm like, you don't get it. I'm like, they're racing. It's fun. And so I just it's me and my family, really. And then my girlfriend and her sister, Shala, are the ones that really got into it this year. So I just have them. They think it's cool. My girlfriend, when she first met me, she was all like, she's hot and races cars. So, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your
Thank you so
season.
much.
Yeah. Enjoy your time here
Yes.
in Lincoln.
Yes,
Have
I'm
you made
so
it through the
excited.
museum at all yet?
Oh my, it's like a kid in a candy
It
store.
is.
What's your favorite thing you've seen in here?
I don't even have like a favorite. Yeah, no, I like it all. To be honest, I think this is my favorite, the first IMCA car, because to think that it started here and now to see where it is pretty cool.
I thought they were the same thing, according to Jim and Brett.
Have you raced?
Those guys aren't smart.
Have I raced? Let's not discuss that. Twice. It didn't really count though, but yes, twice.
I was a passenger in a cruiser car.
I was steering in a cruiser car, and I drove a hobby stock once.
Oh, you've done more than I have then.
My mom's hobby
Notice I
stock
didn't
has
race a
car.
hobby stock. I drove a hobby stock. Your mom's hobby stock has a passenger?
Yeah,
seat?
so it was actually pretty cool because I got to pick one of the fans one time to ride with her, and she won that race, and now the person I picked races mini stocks.
Oh,
so
nice.
we got her into
Awesome.
racing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we got another guest coming in. Thank
We
you
do.
very
Thank
much,
you
Caitlin.
so much.
Congratulations
Yeah,
on
enjoy
your
your
season.
weekend.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Do I press-
Perfect. Yep. Just give it a push. Hi, Jim. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Where you been out screwing around like always?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'm glad you brought somebody that works, unlike yourself, Bob Allen.
We got your
I-
friend sitting next
Yeah,
to you.
your replacement
Your friend.
does a nice job.
I try to stay as far away as I can.
Well,
doesn't?
I do too, but
Who
I
doesn't?
don't have an option here.
Well,
Jerry, they really slam you at this deal. How
Yeah,
come?
but
We
you
try.
know what? I mean, when you got to look at who it comes from, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, he gets off by pushing my buttons.
exactly. That was the one stipulation. Since Jerry was going to be back, I said, we got to have a button to
Yeah,
disconnect
Bill
him.
was saying hi to you over there.
What's that? Yeah, well, not right now. We'll talk to Bob, and then we'll.
Well, Bob,
Hi.
how are things in Minnesota?
You know, it was kind of snowy and stuff when I left, but it got warm today, so that's kind of cool.
Bob, you've been promoting how long now?
42 years.
Wow.
I think.
Wow.
I'd have to ask Susan for sure. Get a calculator or something.
Calculator.
Yeah.
Not only are you a 42-year promoter, Arlington Speedway up in
It's
Arlington,
actually
Minnesota.
Arlington Raceway.
Yes,
Raceway.
it's Raceway, Jim.
Raceway,
Get it
yeah.
right.
You
Well-
come up sometime and visit, Jim. I know you've been.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. So you've been 42 years, but you are also represent.
My insurance
Oh,
company.
Jones Birdsong. Yes.
There you
yes,
go.
I sell
The
insurance for auto racing.
the official insurance provider of.
IMCA.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
And we've been doing that about 10 years now with Jones Birdsong, and the majority of IMCA tracks are participating with the Jones Birdsong program, and we really appreciate that.
And every IMCA member
Correct.
carries. Tell us a little bit about that policy.
Sure. The accidental death and dismemberment, as well as medical, and we're very fortunate that the IMCA racers have a good, safe program, so they
Yes.
haven't had to use that a lot. And we appreciate the fact that IMCA pays real close attention to the rules and the safety of their drivers.
And I guess for people that don't know, I mean, break down. I mean, their personal insurance, the track insurance, then that $100,000 worth of IMCA.
Sure. Yeah. Well, basically, I would never suggest somebody goes out and goes racing without personal health insurance, because that's the main thing. And we don't want you to get hurt, but if you do get hurt, it's best to have personal health insurance, and that's your primary coverage if an accident happens at the racetrack. And then the secondary coverage is going to be the track coverage. And as an IMCA member, all of the tracks are required to carry a set level of participant accident coverage. And then the third layer is the IMCA coverage. And we have had a few drivers, a few members that have had to use that third layer, and they certainly mentioned they appreciate the fact that it's there and available for drivers.
Absolutely. Well, once again, it's we've worked with you guys for what, 10 years now? You said?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, we appreciate the relationship, and it's been a great relationship. And it's something that's caught the attention of a lot of the insurance companies in the industry, because it's basically brought to the attention that there is some safe programs and there's some non-sanctioned programs, and we see different rates for sanctioned racetracks and non-sanctioned racetracks.
And that all of the IMCA sanctioned tracks across the country, you offer a IMCA sanctioned rate.
Right. We have an IMCA sanctioned rate that the carriers have recognized the fact that the programs are a little bit in their mind safe, more safe than some of the non-sanctioned programs. So they offer a special rate for IMCA sanctioned
Jerry, do you
tracks.
take advantage of that program?
Every Friday night.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, that ought to be a selling point. That's what I would do, is say, hey, the insurance company that Jerry Van Sickle uses at Marshalltown Speedway, who wouldn't jump on the bandwagon?
There you
then?
go. Yeah, everybody's going to want to be with Jerry.
I mean, first of all, you don't have a choice. If you want good insurance, you call Bob.
There you
There's
go.
no doubt about it.
I appreciate that.
Hey, not a
and
problem.
we do have a lot of tracks that have given us a call when they've had some distressed issues or some large claims that maybe happened that weren't driver related, and we work with them to find a carrier that will come in and step up. We've got a lot of carriers that work with us at Jones Birdsong, so we appreciate that.
And one other hat you wear is you are IMCA Race Savers Sprint Car Director.
Right, and you've taken a lot of that load off me, because you do a lot of the promoter relations now, but we just try to coordinate with the drivers and IMCA and the tracks, of course, and see what we need to do to work the program in different ways. And I can remember back when we first got going with Race Saver, and I had to twist some arms to take a look at the 305 program, not only at the IMCA level, because we were a 360 at that point, but with racetracks all the way around the country, to get them to take a look at the French Grimes program out of Virginia.
As you well know, probably better than anybody, I mean, the foundation that French put together, I mean, I think his Race Saver program's been around 25 years now.
Yeah, 25 years.
And then obviously Roger Hayden, jumping in and buying Race Saver from French. But what Roger's done is, as scary as this sounds, kept the French Grimes philosophy going. And it's, I mean, once again, I'll tell you what, and I've said this before on the podcast, there is no smarter guy in this industry than French Grimes.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's scary true. And
I got to take a trip out to Fork Mountain one time and visit the Fork Mountain racetrack, and French was out there working in the shop alongside of the racetrack with his son, welding a rear end together on a Dodge truck that he wanted to bring out to the Race Saver Nationals in Nebraska. And I looked at him and said, "French, you really want to drive that truck all the way to the Lincoln, Nebraska?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'll make it work." And he did. He made it work.
Incredible. I've had the honor, the pleasure, what have you, of visiting French's house, and it's incredible. I mean, just it's like a miniature Speedway Motors museum.
Oh yeah,
in his house.
French doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go buy something. He wants to build it.
Oh, absolutely. And sitting in his living room, I think there was 2 sprint cars and a midget in his living room at the time,
yeah.
and just incredible. Some of the stuff that French has done over the years, and we really somehow need to figure out how to get French on this podcast. But
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Once again, Roger Hayden at Eagle Raceway has kept the Race Saver philosophy going, and now I believe we have over 800 members, and it's a great division for weekly racing.
There was a year I think we were down to 40 members, something like that. Before
I think it was a little lower.
Yeah, we decided we had to do something or get out of sprint cars, and I talked to French, and Roger was one of the first promoters that I talked to persuade Roger to take a look at it. And he took a look at it for a good year, and he just basically told the drivers what he felt they needed to do to continue the 360 program.
And they didn't.
And they weren't able to do it. So he pulled the trigger and
midstream.
Right
I think it was the 4th of July. He gave them a specific car count that the 360s had to have by the 4th of July. They didn't do it, and I don't know if they didn't think Roger was serious or what happened. But the next thing you know, they're out. They're picketing the track.
Yeah.
And Roger's now averaging about 30 Race Saver sprint cars a night. And the Nationals, once again, I think over 100 cars again this year.
Yeah.
And what a fantastic show. I know IMCA TV's been out there covering the Race Saver Nationals as well as weekly racing with Roger, and I believe that's all on the replay subscription, right, Nate? So if you're a replay subscriber, you can go back and look at the Race Saver Nationals, and just incredible. So, what's that?
Yeah, Arlington Raceway.
Arlington, that's right.
Yeah.
And how did that work this year, I guess, Bob?
It actually worked out real well. We had a little bit of reservation whether or not we were going to be taking people away from the grandstand and sitting home in the shop and having 10 people hang out and watch the races at the race shop instead of coming out to the track. And I really don't think that happened. It may happen a few times, but there may have been other reasons they were in the race shop and people gathered around to watch. So overall, I would say it worked out extremely well. We would have liked to seen the numbers up, viewership just a little bit more this year.
Your first year, though.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I think that the history, and obviously Nate has all those numbers. I think the more the tracks do it, the numbers grow each year, like a Boone Speedway.
Right.
And
IMCA TV did a great job of letting us know who was watching and where they were watching from, and that was one of the things that we were able to form our opinion of whether or not it hurt the grandstand attendance, and we really don't feel that it did because of where they were coming from and what they were watching.
And that's one thing that Nate and Chris do a fantastic job. There's transparency, full transparency. You get a list of the emails of who's bought the race that night. Mm-hmm. You actually get the content of the race that night. And a lot of these other, whatever you want to call them, TV. Nate, what's the term I'm looking for here? Providers. They don't. You don't even get the content from your own races. And with IMCA, you get that content, you get a list, and you know who's watching each and every night.
Right.
And I think that's important for the racetracks.
Yeah. It worked out well. It was more local homegrown situation versus just a national deal where they had to jump in and buy everything that everybody was doing and try to calculate to see who was coming from where.
Yeah. So once again, you would do it. You are. Next year.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We just have to make sure somebody wants to come out on Saturday nights and
I think Garrett said he'd be there every Saturday.
No, Garrett. Garrett is mine. Garrett is mine.
Well, we don't care what happens after the show, but I think
Garrett stays in Boone on Saturdays. Nate, we will talk.
That could be a separate podcast.
Yes.
Garrett, you want to spend each and every weekend with Jerry, is what you're saying.
Well, he spends it on the roof. He doesn't actually spend time with me. It's like you. Most people don't. I mean, I've noticed you've been here all night.
Correct.
Spent about 3 minutes with your wife, or she spent 2 minutes with you.
Correct.
Good. She is
I'm a busy man.
I'm impressed that she came with.
That was my first thing too, Bob. I was like, she wants to be seen in public with her.
I guess full transparency here again. Once you're talking about that, I didn't know she was coming.
Okay.
So I was with.
So I mean, she just show up or something?
Yes.
The taxi bring her?
She took our other car and drove here. Obviously, we only live about 50 minutes away. I guess there wasn't much going on at home, and she showed up. I get done. Me and Brett were in a meeting with Clay, and I think I come walking down, and I think it was Virginia, Brett's wife, Virginia, goes, "Somebody's here to see you."
Wow.
Who's that? And there's my wife. So,
cool.
What a deal.
Yeah. So.
She wanted to see if you really did come to these functions.
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
she knows. So
and now you've got IMCA TV to prove it.
That's right. I can prove that I was here with Jerry
and you
and Bob
and all these other friends in the room.
And Ryan. I think we're going to probably have Carson come on here pretty quick.
Carson's going to talk again?
Yes, Carson.
Wow. We got some other guests up there.
We got other guests lined up, and I mean we're going to keep rolling. But wanted to bring Bob in is not only a promoter, our insurance provider,
and just a good guy.
And, I was going to get to that. And IMCA TV track.
Yep.
And married to Susan.
And he's a good guy.
All right. Well, thank you.
And you're going to Reno, right?
I'm actually going to jump into motorhome. I guess not tomorrow morning, but the next one.
Don't leave without our booth, please.
I have to. Okay, I won't. Okay. I'm going to try to stop at the I-76 Speedway tomorrow sometime and visit. And
are they racing?
I don't know. I'll have to check. I know he does about once a month.
They race throughout the winter on Sundays at
Butch
at I-70. So that'll be good. That'll be good. But don't forget the booth.
All right.
That
not
way,
a problem.
Me or Carson doesn't have to carry it on the airplane.
Right. Yeah. I can just take it to Daytona with you.
Right from there.
Right,
Perfect.
Yep, there we go. Cool.
Bob, we appreciate you stopping in.
Bob.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
And once again, we'll see you this whole weekend. And
alrighty.
I think we get to spend about the next 3 weeks together, really.
Yeah, actually, I'm not going to make it to PRI. I'm going to head south from Reno, maybe hang out in Vegas for a while, and then fly home for Christmas. And
he can't do 3 straight weeks in a row with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody can.
Head down to Kokopah.
Yeah, I'll see him there.
There we go.
Well, you still want to go to Kokopah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be up in the booth.
Even though I think I'll be at Kokopah.
Not
till January.
Okay.
Somebody's got to babysit Jerry.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. I need a babysit.
Somebody's got to step between Jerry and Brad.
Say goodbye, Jim. Well, Bob, thanks for everything you do for us racetracks, for the racer.
Well, thank you.
With the insurance that just not only the coverage but the knowledge. I know I've had a couple questions, and it's, hey, walk me through this, and it was just you're always there if anybody needs you. And really apprite it.
Anybody can reach out to Bob if you have any
Anytime.
questions on your insurance, and we appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
So we got Carson here.
Yes.
Who are you?
Michael Trammell.
Michael Trammell, where are you from?
I'm from Decatur, Texas, but we race at Kennedale.
Did you do anything exciting this year?
Yeah, I won track champion and state champion at Texas. So.
In what division?
The Sport Compact.
Sweet. Do you know Carson?
That's tough to do.
That is.
Very tough.
Well, we've seen a lot of Sport Compact racers.
Yes.
How many did you race against every week?
Like how many cars?
Yeah.
Probably like 17 to 20 cars every night.
That's a real good field of cars. So you got some championships. How many feature wins to your credit?
Well, in total of all my racing, I've gotten 9 wins. I got 2 last year, 6 this year, and then 1 in Ecomods.
Pretty good resume there.
Yeah.
So you got Sport Compact. Are you going to stay with the Sport Compacts this year? Or?
Well, next year we're probably going to race a little bit of the Sport Compact, but we're going to try to go all Ecomod. Yeah, that's our plan.
Well, there you go.
How many years have you been racing?
Probably like 2.5 years.
Right on. What got you into it? I like to hear those things, Jerry.
Hey, you ask away.
What gets you into racing? What brought Jerry into racing?
We'll,
and then
we'll talk about me later, but let's.
Well, you like to talk about you too.
No, I don't.
What got you into racing?
Well, first of all, I got to thank my uncle, Frank Lackey Speed Shop. He's the one that got me in the car first. So, and my dad helped me set up the car and everything. So,
very cool.
Any sponsors you want to thank, bud?
Just Tramwell Racing and then Lackey Speed Shop. That's really it.
What kind of sport compact do you have?
A Cavalier 2004.
Like 2.4 Ecotech?
2.2.
Ooh, can't run the 2.4.
Nope.
It's outlawed.
I don't know the rules. I'm the marketing guy. I don't need to know the rules. That's what we pay Dave for.
Yeah. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your hot rod. I mean, what do you, for somebody, you know, everybody knows what you've got to do to get a car ready. How much time do you spend working on your little hot rod during the week?
I mean, really, like, I was consistent throughout the year, so we didn't really get in no wrecks or anything. So all we did, oil change, tires, make sure everything's on top and stuff, and maintenance and everything, really.
So now there's not a lot of adjustments you can do in the compact division. I always hear guys talk about, oh, I run a different size tire. I did this, I did that. What's like the speed secret for the compacts?
Well, really, all we did is cut the springs, lower the car, get the axle straight, cambered a little bit, towed. We have a little camber in the rear. That's really it. Not much to it.
Just hold her to the wind and turn?
Pretty much.
What a deal. That's how I drive every day.
Well, we knew that.
I'm like him. I didn't crash, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's good. I mean, I drove here all by myself. Who'd you come with to the banquet?
I came with my dad, my mom, my uncle, and my aunt. That's it.
That's awesome. Are you excited to walk on the stage tomorrow?
Yeah. It'll be fun.
You're not going to trip, are you?
I hope not.
All right, then I'll try.
That'd be embarrassing.
He's got to walk by me first. If I don't, make sure I don't back up and trip him or anything. So next year, you're going to move up a little bit, and then so like we said, you got started racing. I mean, it's something you see yourself doing for a long time?
Yeah, I see me doing it for a while.
What do you enjoy most about it?
Just the competitive, like how competitive it is. So, like, there's never going to be a night that you're not battling for a lead, doing something. So, trying to keep this car under control.
Well, yeah. Because if you don't keep it under control, you crash, and then you got to spend more time fixing on it.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations on your season.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by.
No
Anything
problem.
else you want to say? Tell us a story. Did you bring? You got a date for the banquet?
Oh no, I don't. I'm not that good.
You're not that good?
Yeah.
There's some single gals here in Lincoln. We could probably go out and cat around and see if we can find you a date for tomorrow night.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who's filming you over there?
That's my mom.
That's your mom. How come he hasn't got a date, Mom? Oh, Dad's over there like, that's probably a question we shouldn't be asking.
No, that's my uncle right there.
Oh, that's your uncle? Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
That's my uncle.
Hey, how come he doesn't have a date to this deal? Is he shy? Well, all right, buddy. Great job.
Thank you.
Enjoy the night. Enjoy the weekend, and good luck to you next season.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank y'all.
Bill, I'm going to go out on a whim, and I'm going to guess that you brought my wallet. How'd you get my wallet? Jim, not Jim. Jim's usually trying to get my wallet.
I'll take your wallet.
There ain't much in it. Well, you know, Knutson.
Not much.
Derek Knutson, did you win something this year?
Yeah, I actually won Rookie National in the Mod Lights.
Holy goodness.
And he is our first Rookie of the Year in the division.
Yeah.
You want to tell us where you started your season in Arizona? You went to Florida?
I went to Florida, and then Jerry knows I was actually true to Marshalltown all year. I did skip out at one time, and he let me have it over in Boone and said, "Where were you, Mr. Knutson?" And I says, I really wanted to run over at Beatrice one time, but I'll be back next week. And I was there unless we got a rain date, and then I traveled to either Kansas or Nebraska. I raced a lot of nights, and just finished up pretty much 10 different tracks, 6 different states throughout the year. So a lot of traveling, and many nights it was by myself because I would leave at 12:30 and decide, oh, we're rained out here in Iowa. I'm traveling, so it's 7 hours by myself to race, 7 hours back home after the race, not spend the night to get home to race somewhere Saturday night to be back at Boone.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy. A lot of traveling.
But it was fun, wasn't it?
Very fun. I enjoyed it. This is, like I said, I've been around racing many, many years. My twin brother, Eric, had raced stock cars and hobby stocks and sport mods for many years, but I never really got to drive, so kind of bought this mod light at the end of nationals last year and qualified first time in it, and thought I'd stick with that, and I want to really grow the class, so I committed myself to Iowa to try to keep it going around here for us.
So what first night out, did you have a hopes and dreams and goals at a rookie deal, a track championship, or did you just out to have fun?
I kind of wanted to set the goal to win that. The first year in this class, I was like, would love to win that. That was the ultimate goal, and I started off pretty good down there in Florida. Missed the A main by a couple of spots and decided to come back home and focus on Marshalltown and local tracks. And if I recall right, I think you might know, but I was actually leading by a straightaway Marshalltown the first night out in the Mod Light and blew up.
I know. I picked your pieces up off the racetrack.
Yeah.
No, you roached her pretty good that night.
Yeah.
It was exhausted.
Yeah. So that gave me a little hiccup in the system, and I didn't know at that point what to do. I had another motor sitting there, but it had a lot of nights on it, so I couldn't have another hiccup like that to win the National Rookie. So I hurried up and ordered one off of eBay, and they shipped it to my door and got it in and put it in, and it ran all year. I did not have one hiccup. So in the meantime, they'd built that other motor, and so I luckily could finish every race. I didn't win a race, but it was all about consistency.
Yep.
And you were consistent at a lot of different tracks. Do you have a favorite track, and tell us why?
I really like Stewart. That's my home track back home when we race. My family lives back that way, so when they actually had the Corn Belt Clash, I actually ran over Stewart and finished very well in that race. I think I won the heat race and got 6th in the A main. But that way my family can come watch me. My family doesn't come to Eastern Iowa and stuff. My mom doesn't drive, and my dad comes, but not over to Eastern Iowa. So I love going back there. My brother was actually a track champion at that track back in the day in 1996. He was a track champion in there. So I kind of grew up around that track, so I really like it. It's kind of home to me. So unfortunately I don't run Mod Lights a lot, but I love that track.
You've got some friends in the racing business, the Murdies, that good partnership in a lot of ways.
Yes, I've been friends with Murdies for a long time. Actually known Dallin. Was friends with his dad for years and helped him a little bit too. And then Dallin, was born, and I raced a little bit with him when he raced the micro mods. Him and I had one of those, so raced door to door with him many times, and he's just like a little brother to me almost. I go to a lot of places. I'll take him a lot of places. Went to Greenwood, Nebraska, and Damon was in the field and Don had to work. Took him over there to race, and it's all, we're kind of like a close family, and I would do that for anybody that races. We're like a family.
And you got in a little vacation, too, this year. When we say you cruised to the Rookie of the Year, you made it on a cruise, literally.
Yeah, I decided. My girlfriend and I didn't get to do much this year because I was committed to winning that, and she literally was behind me 100%. She said, "You said you were going to win that, now go after it." And we're used to doing things. I got a ski boat and do a lot of things besides racing. I like to have fun in life, and so she was behind me 100%, going, go get that. So we put a lot of time on the back burner, spending time together when we're always together. So in rewards to her and myself, we went to Alaska, and then we turned around 2 weeks later, and we left for Italy and Spain while Super Nationals was going on. I got a lot of heck from everybody. Why'd you go during Super Nationals? And, Super Nationals will always be there. traveling will not, so that's when I let Dallin actually run the Mod Light at Super Nationals this year. He asked me, and I says, you can run it if you want to. So, yeah, we got to go away and be away from racing for 14 days. It was very relaxing after the year I had put on up to that point of nothing but traveling and running and going.
A lot of stress.
A lot of stress, and I do a lot of it myself. My twin brother helps a lot. My girlfriend helps when she can. And then, of course, Murdy's are always willing to help out. And Toby Talk and his wife, Rebecca, are always there, too.
Very well sponsored, too. Certainly some people that you have to thank you for that support.
Yes, there's a lot. I'll probably forget one, but there's BSB Shocks. There's Edge Chassis, Advantage Chassis. There's Co Truck Service. Of course, the Murdy's are there to help me. I'm going to Oliver Heating and Cooling, our good friend John Oliver. He's there to help me. Just there's a lot of people, and it takes all that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it, on my own if I didn't have the sponsors to help me do it.
So, like, you're the first grown-up we've interviewed here tonight. It's all been these younger guys. What's your regular job?
My regular job, I actually own 2 businesses. I do a lot with the hydraulic torque tools that you all see out there in the wind farms and stuff. I do a lot to put those together, and so I sell and rent tools to do that, and do a lot with ethanol plants and your big plants. That is something that actually torques up to thousands of foot-pounds. Those tools do. So you'll never be able to pull 2,000 foot-pounds with a torque wrench. So these tools actually hook up to a hose and a set of pumps, and actually will torque to the value that you want. The other thing I do is I actually do calibration. I just started this about 2 weeks ago. I actually will come on site and calibrate torque wrenches, hydraulic tools, and gauges right on site. So that is my second business I own, and I don't know, I didn't make a mistake, but I think I'm going to be a little more busier than I wanted to be. Luckily, my girlfriend's helping me with the paperwork, and she's got a full-time job. I just started it like 2 weeks ago, and last week was crazy, and next week is even crazier. So I want to say I'm going to be every week at the racetrack, but of course, with the new business, I'm going to be doing that as well, focus on that. But I will be making it out when I can, and I'll try to make it every time. It's just work comes first.
Got to pay the bills for it somehow.
Yeah, right.
Well, Derek, it was great having you on. Congratulations on your season.
Thank you.
On that goal, I know you and I talked probably one of the first Friday nights, and I said, what are you doing? I'm going to get a Rookie of the Year this year. And I said, go get it.
And I stuck to it. There was many nights it was a hiccups, but I just kept going and, knowing I could do it, and the people behind me 100% pushing me to do it. My twin brother was knowing that I wanted it, and even out of his mouth one time he's like, maybe you just need to quit for 2 weeks. Take a break. And I literally looked at him and says, I can't take a break to win this. To win it, you can't take a break.
Yep.
So I just kept at it and kept going forward, and here at the end we did it. And that's all I wanted to accomplish that. And
it's something nobody can take from you.
Yeah, no one can take. So.
You will be in the history, in the record books, as the inaugural IMCA Stars Mod Light Rookie of the Year.
He already is, because I've put him in it.
You did? You wrote him?
Our historian.
Yep. Yes.
In-house historian.
Yeah. Yep. I saw his name. I stopped for some lunch on the way over. I saw his name on the bathroom wall. I didn't. Is that where you wrote it up there? Was it? Yep.
Well, you'll be less one car then, Jerry, if that's the case.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
All right.
Well, congratulations. Great season.
Thank you.
And enjoy the weekend here in Lincoln.
Thanks, IMCA.
All right, Derek Knutson. Look at that.
Look at that.
I remember when he blew that old hot rod up. I mean, it was fire and everything. I was like, oh boy, this is a mess.
Did you put gloves on to go pick it up at least?
No, I kicked it.
Oh, you kicked it.
I mean, in a previous life, I must have been a soccer player.
Right.
I mean, exhaust and stuff like that. I can.
Our Southern Region champion. Tell us more about yourself. Who are you? Where you come from?
I race an IMCA stock car. I'm Blake Clark. I race in the car number 88 from Joshua, Texas.
That guy.
You know everyone, Jerry.
Just about. Now, one of the interesting things is I discovered you're not the first member of your family to win the track championship at Boyd.
Oh, no, sir. My dad, he's I think he's had it a couple times, maybe. I don't know. I'm not very sure. Shoot, that was when I probably wasn't born.
Yep.
But, yeah, he won it a couple years, and exactly, I don't know how many years it is, but it's about the same. But, yeah.
Back in the way back. 19 wins this year, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your season. Really good winning percentage, a lot of top fives. What went into that?
Oh, it was a lot, honestly. I mean, it was our first year to get in this points system, and it was a lot. I mean, going back and forth, and we got a new car, and we fought some bugs at the start and everything, but then at the end, we finally got to where it was like, holy crap, we're actually winning a lot. And especially the first night at Southern Oklahoma, we raced against some big people, big name people, and we got that win, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is just the start. And after that, we just kept on winning and winning and winning, and just got better throughout the year.
How long have you raced for your car owners now?
Since I first started, so it was my parents.
Okay.
So I started in a junior mini, so.
That's right.
Or actually, I started in a go-kart, but that lasted for like, I hated the open wheel, I guess you could say, and it was not fun. I don't know. And then I went to a junior mini, and that's where it all started.
The biggest difference then, going from the junior mini, here you are in a stock car. Is it the power? What's been the hardest part for you to get used to?
Probably just power, honestly. It's a big difference. And, of course, the wheels. It's like real skinny wheels, you know. And then you go to the stock car, and it's a lot more power and everything. Honestly, it's just it's a way bigger car. And, yeah, that's pretty much. Just a lot more power, honestly.
Blake, I got to meet you a couple of years ago when you, I think your rookie season in a stock car during the Sniper Speed Lone Star Tour down there. We were down there a couple of years ago, and you were racing at that time a couple divisions. Didn't you have one of the factory stocks and a stock car at that time?
Yes, sir.
And then, I remember that win you had there at Southern Oklahoma during the Stampede. You was pretty wound up about that. You guys were real excited, and I mean, you guys all travel as a family, and you have fun at it, don't you?
Oh yeah, for sure. And just getting that win, I guess it made me get a bigger head, I guess you could say. And it was just, after that, it just kept on happening. And I guess you could say, like everyone says, you get your first win and then you just keep on. It works out, I guess you could say. But that was awesome. I love that racing, especially it was like by a nose. It was awesome.
Yes. That was a pretty good one. Now, if they want to go back and watch it, Carson, you know where they can watch it at?
Yeah, they can watch it at IMCA.tv.
On the replay package.
Yes, on the replay package.
Then we got, we got rained out one night, and then you come back. But from there, like you said, everybody always says, the first one's the hardest, the second one's the easiest.
Oh, yeah.
So how many different tracks did you compete at this year, and which ones?
I went to Batesville.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good track. I liked it. It's different, way different. I went to Boone this year.
Yeah.
I loved that track. That was awesome.
So you're coming back next year?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And I think that's it, honestly. I raced a lot of my home tracks, and then I only ran Boone, Batesville. That was it.
That's a pretty good deal.
So closer to home, where all then did you run?
KSB, Kennedale Speedway Park, Boyd Raceway, Waco, and Southern Oklahoma. We were starting in Kennedale, and we ran that for most of the years in the past. But then we started going to Southern Oklahoma. Oh, that track, so wide. It's awesome. And I like that track a lot more.
Yeah, other questions?
Nope, I'm good.
Do you have any questions, Carson?
No, I just have to say one thing. Having now Blake up here, it's been fun to put faces to names. Of that long spreadsheet I have of all the contingencies of all of our sponsors that are going to people like Blake and so on and so forth, all of our champions. So it's nice to put a face to your name, and hopefully I get to write your name a whole heck of a lot more.
Oh,
so.
Of course. I would hopefully next year will be way better than this year, which is going to be hard to beat, but we're going to give it all we got.
So we had a chance, ran into you guys up in the museum, and I know 2023, you guys you're hoping it starts off earlier this year. I know you guys are talking about maybe attending the Winter Nationals there in Yuma at Kokopah. There's some talk there. What does the rest of your 23 season? What's your goals, your hopes and wishes and wants for 23?
I know we're gonna go. I think we're gonna race the Sniper Tour again. So we'll race that, and the main thing is I want to go back to Boone. I mean, it was my first year at that track, and I did all right. But we got a lot more info. So when we go back, we'll have all that info, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. It's because the last time we went there, it was all right, but we started out how tight we go at our home tracks, and it was like way tighter than that. It was like a big difference, and it was like we don't even know where to go now because it's a big difference. But we'll go to Boone and a lot. I know there's one big show by us. It's at Rocket, but I'm not very sure. We haven't really thought about it, but I really want to go to Kokopah. But
I told you guys how to do it.
It's a far drive.
That's okay. You just go for a week.
I got to work now. I just started working at a place, so.
So what do you do now?
I work on heavy equipment. I fill them up. I'm a fill man, basically.
She's like the gas man on a race car team.
Yep.
Everybody needs a good gas
right?
man. And you're a gas man yourself and a wheel man too. So. Well, perfect. Enjoy your weekend. Congratulations on your success in 2022, and we'll award and recognize you for that. And
thank you, guys.
Carson's probably got some free stuff for you too.
I have a lot of free stuff for you.
A lot of free
stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all.
You bet. Blake Clark from Joshua, Texas. Let's talk about the free stuff. You've got.
Okay.
Because everybody always, we've talked about it on some of our other podcasts.
Yes.
Everybody's like, well, what do you do with all the money? Where's all this go? Where's all that go? Blah, 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 There's a lot of contingencies, not only handed out, for weekly racing, but when it comes to this weekend, there's a lot of stuff that our national champions, our region, state, track champions, they get. And for you to get that, I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Absolutely. There's a lot of moving parts. There's obviously in the world that we live in today, everyone's so busy, not to mention shortages on parts and things like that. So all of that stuff is fluctuating day by day, week by week, as to what can we get this week, what can't we get. So they're coming in. One thing that champions should know for this weekend is the certificates are not in their box. If the company had the actual product, that's in their box.
Yep.
But the certificates, just printing them and getting them mailed and mailing around, that changes in the USPS system. But but just a ton of work. I mean, I talked to you on the phone how many times at Boone.
Yeah.
As I'm down there in the trailer organizing.
Mm-hmm.
You can you can come and help next year.
I'm a little busy myself.
What are you doing?
Oh, I gotta babysit Ryan.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
Both. I mean, we watch over each other equally, but there's a lot of those great. And everybody says, "Oh, I don't want that sticker on my car. It looks dumb. I don't want this." But when you put them stickers on your car, it's a free sticker that can get you free stuff.
Exactly, and that sticker, we totally understand and appreciate the fact that all of these, all of the great IMCA members have sponsors of their own that they need space for. That little sticker that we're providing for Ware's Machine or Speedway Motors, Sunoco, Freeze and Performance, anybody like that, those small stickers can go a long ways in recognizing that sponsor and that's providing you with contingencies, like Chevy providing motors, the 604s and 602s. Yep. Weir's Machine sends me boxes of parts to give out for Super Nationals, and all of that stuff goes a long way. And my piece of advice when people say I don't want to put that sticker on my car, I say okay, I understand where you're coming from. The one thing I would ask is can we just write a letter or give a Facebook shout out, if you get something from that sponsor. So it's all just as much as we're doing marketing on IMCA's side, drivers do their own marketing. Look at those race cars out there at Super Nationals. Brand new bodies, all that lettered up.
Mm-hmm. And that's a lot. I think, and I guess I talked to some of the old, been around this for, 40-plus years. And,
That is old.
It is old. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm old and cooler than you, but that's different. But I think what a lot of people forget is when I talk to these old school, the old school racers, guys who've been doing it 30, 40 years, a thank you goes a long ways.
Absolutely.
One person, that comes to mind is Daryl DeFrance, and he told me this story. Daryl DeFrance ran all 500 IMCA Summer Series events for late models.
Really?
Anytime he got a contingency from somebody, he mailed them a handwritten letter thanking them for that product. And I think that goes a long ways to make sure that, when racers do that, a company like you said, Friesen or Hoosier Tires or Sunoco Race Fuels, they get that, and you know what? All it takes is that one letter for that one sponsor to understand that the racer cares and they appreciate it. And then, you know what? They're right. Yep. Hey, Carson, I'm back on.
Right.
I got this letter from so-and-so, and that meant a lot to me.
Right. Carson, you know what we have now?
What's that?
What?
Keep talking, Jerry.
What do you want me to? Yeah. You know what joined us? That.
Yep.
Hey, your wife's over there looking for you. I hear her calling. I told you how I can fix this button. I'll just hardwire it together. Here we are having a decent conversation, and Captain Sammy comes in. Now back to the good stuff we're talking about. But there's you see it when you talk to these people. I see it when when things happen at the racetrack, a simple thank you or a gesture of thanks.
Right.
Make sure that those companies and those businesses continue the great support of IMCA racing, because not only do they love the sport, they love the racers.
Right, exactly. I mean, a lot of them, come out to Super Nationals, and they don't always want to be on Manufacturers Row, but they want to walk around and talk to people, and that's the other thing that I always like to look out for is, at what point in time am I talking to a sponsor? Because some of them, there's a lot of, we have 100+ sponsors, and I haven't talked to everyone in person. Yeah. There's a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of just conference calls, because they're spread out across the country. And so, it's getting that face-to-face meeting too, and like you said, the thank yous. And of course, we are very appreciative of all the drivers, for putting the stickers on the cars that they do, for giving the shout-outs on social media when they can, and really helping us out with our programs, their own programs. And, of course, you brought up dollars. Everyone asks, where did all the dollars go, right? Every dollar, there's many programs. I would say 90% of our programs, the dollars go right into the Drivers Point Fund.
Yeah.
All year long. All year long goes right into the Drivers Point Fund. So that's at the track level, national level, state level, everything. So it's been a great ride so far this year. Had some great experiences. Looking for more this coming year in 2023, and looking to maybe go down to Kokopah.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
You can come hang out with me on that.
Yeah, so maybe actually come to Marshalltown for a show.
I'd like to have you there. That'd be awesome.
I wanted to come before Super Nationals, but I was a little busy.
Now, speaking of, things that you give to the racers and stuff, and I know the other three aren't involved, but whatever happened, I think it was episode, Nate, was it like episode 5 or 6 that we had Carson on for the first time, kind of early in the deal? Whatever happened to that Amazon box?
Okay, so here's the deal.
Okay, good. Now that we're here.
So I got the stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then we had some other Amazon stuff to ship back.
And you shipped it back.
Correct. Shipped the wrong stuff. Never got my refund on the stuff we were supposed to ship back, so I shipped the wrong stuff.
So
then I just decided not to buy it again because I was too much work.
Can you tell me what you got me?
I got you a shirt that says everyone's entitled to my opinion.
Gosh. Yes. You man next to my heart. Bill, look at who we found. We found you.
And we found Bryce Fowen.
Not Bowen, though, because I said it that one time, and I was told it's vows like a wedding, and I said I screwed them up, too. Bryce, I tell you, Mod Lights of Arkansas, You got a tough group of guys down there. Tell us about your involvement down there, not only being the director there, but racing yourself. And how was your season?
For my season, we had that bad crash in Florida, which we got a lot of airtime, and basically started the year out destroying a race car.
Oh, I remember that.
And then we basically spent the first 3 or 4 months trying to get it back going, and then we finished up really strong. I hated to see the season come to an end, and then we finished up the year, winning out the races at I-30 Speedway, the late I-30 Speedway, I should say. And then our first ever national event, the Mod Lights of Arkansas Nationals at Riverside Speedway in West Memphis, Arkansas. We come from 8th to win that. From a series, this is our 4th year of having the Mod Lights of Arkansas. As a promoter, I love seeing it grow in fruition. We started out as a class that averaged 16 cars at our local track, and we grew to this past season a class that averaged 32 cars on a weekly basis. And with our series, we've been able to go out throughout the state of Arkansas, go to tracks that don't see the mod lights, introduce the class, and try to get a lot of interest going. And we got a lot of new people coming into our class, and it's just growing. And then by doing so, becoming IMCA sanctioned, which is great, as a blessing for us. We were able to kind of get our name out there and then be a part of the Super Nationals at Boone. That's the last year was my first year. I said I won't stop coming because it's just Boone is just incredible. For people back home, we think of going to Talladega on NASCAR weekend. That's an incredible sight, seeing campers as far as the eye could see. But when I went to Boone at Boone Speedway, I was like, wow, this beats it all. And then, of course, just to see how great the staff at Boone run a show with that many race cars, it's just so fluid. And I'm just really impressed how they run the show. And at the same time, it makes me feel really great to be a part of such a series that does a good job.
Now, when we talked about, this being the second full season of sanctioned mod lights, I mean, there was always little groups. There was mod lights, and then some still called them dwarf cars, or there was this. And then the sanction becomes involved. There was a lot of positive on a national level with mod light racers in that, wasn't there?
Absolutely. It gave us a chance to get everybody on the same playing field. And it took those small groups, as you said, and basically we united as one. Not to knock anybody. Arkansas is where it's at when it comes to mod lights. It's a hotbed. We have the demand for cars. It's just incredible. I think next year we're going to have possibly at least 50 cars in the state. I mean, you say, man, if I could get every race car at one racetrack on the same night, what would it look like? And we've come close to that. And it's through sanctioning that's given us that ability. I got to give credit to Jimmy May, who's really been, helping us out, on the sanctioning and kind of bringing all the other groups together. Next year we're going to expand a little bit. We're going to venture out to some new tracks and introduce that IMCA style of racing to tracks that have not seen it before and show them the benefits of, being a part of IMCA.
We talked a little earlier this evening about your schedule for next year. You want to give us a little hint on some of your travel plans for next year?
Well, next year we're going to be co-sanctioning a special event in May 6th in Vivian, Louisiana. We're going to be co-sanctioning with the North Texas Mod Lights and the Mod Lights of Texas and the Mod Lights of Arkansas. And this will be, 3 special series within IMCA going to come together at one place and hopefully put on a good event at a track that's not familiar with our cars. The anticipation, the support for it is just tremendous. That's definitely something we're looking forward to. And, we're kind of, we're looking to get out to the places that have been very good to us over the years, but also we're going to say we got some, I don't want to lay it all out there just yet, but we're going to venture to some new tracks next year and that are really interested to see the mod lights and basically show what kind of show we can put on for people.
One of the things about your division that's impressed me since the early times of the sanctioning, the support you guys get from so many national sponsors. It's not just individual drivers, it's the entire division. Yoshimura, for one.
Yes.
The bonuses that go out to top 3 finishers at, I think it's like 10
I
Am I
got
correct? 10 specials.
I was fortunate to be on the receiving end of one of those bonuses, and that's just great to again to have these big companies recognize our class for what it is, which is we're a large, strong group of people that love racing, that believe in the grassroots fundamentals of why we go to the racetrack, which is the race and have a good time, and just to do all we can, and of course we have to go to work on Monday.
What got you started in racing?
Family. My stepfather raced sprint cars for a long time. It was just a deal where it was my stepfather, my mother, and I. And I was always the first one to come home from school, and I would love to see the UPS man come by the house because usually the UPS man had racing parts. And one year, I would open the boxes up. It didn't have my name on it, and there was a seat. And I said, "Man, that seat is awfully small." And then that was a seat for me. And then I got into sprint cars, and then just basically through family. And then I took some time off, acted as a promoter for kart racing in the area, and got my feet wet. Learned how to build events, how insurance works, just the kind of see the other side of running a racetrack, which is incredibly valuable. I wish people could see that. And then I got back into mod lights and just had a blast, and I enjoy racing with my family, but also racing with my friends and my competitors, and it's just which makes it that's for me. That's why I want to race, because I want to have a good time.
What's in the besides the tour and the events, as far as your racing career behind the wheel? What's your plans and goals for next year?
Well, next year I'm hopefully be the president and promoter of Mod Lights of Arkansas for next year. We still have a banquet to do, then we have a club meeting to still do after that. Definitely gonna while I'm still young and I can still do it, I'm going to try to race as much as I can. But at the same time, hopefully maybe 5 years or so, maybe I could see myself as a promoter, putting on, stepping out from behind the wheel and putting on races and being the guy in charge. And, that's something to look forward to down the road. Maybe I could come be the promoter for Marshalltown Speedway,
Some days I would let you. Some days I would let you. No, but it's it doesn't matter what side of the sport we're on. It's always challenging, and it's always fun, and it's always rewarding at the end of the day, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sometimes the races get stressful, but I really, for me, I love seeing the event come to life, the planning, the organization, the preparation, and then you see the racers come out and support it, not just the racers, their crews, their families, and then to get to meet people, ask questions about our cars, and at the end of the night, everybody say what a great time they had, how much fun they have, and then the track tell you how much the fans love seeing the cars and the good racing we put on the track, and to them that's the best reward you can get as a promoter.
Well, congratulations on a great season. Congratulations with the Mod Lights Arkansas.
Yeah, man. I wish they quit beating up on you on the podcast, Jerry.
I know, but somebody has to be that guy.
I mean, just several times, when you're not there, and then it's like we spend 10 minutes. Oh,
Jerry
man,
free in 23.
Jerry free at 23, and man, my heart goes out to you, Jerry.
So it's these broad shoulders, Bryce.
Oh, okay.
It's broad shoulder. I mean, I got back pains every day from carrying.
I mean, I hope after this I don't get a nasty email from Ron.
No, you'll get it from Jim.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, because it'll be Jim will tell Ryan to send it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I enjoy the podcast, man. Mod Lights, and 23.
There we go, Bryce. Thanks for being here.
Thank
enjoy
y'all
your
for having
weekend
us,
in Lincoln.
man.
Awesome. I'm getting it done. So
we're getting to wrap it off.
Oh, you can wrap. No, we gotta say goodbye and stuff.
You got that. You do the sign off all the time.
All right. Well, I guess we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. Listen. See, there it is. It's happened, Bryce. But Jim, stop.
Is that button gonna break, Nate?
No, I've got a couple of these. So, hey, we hope you enjoyed this great episode 26 from the Weekend of Champions here at the America's Museum of Speed here at Speedway Motors right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's been our pleasure with all of our guests, our champions we've had. Gave some time away from gym so he could spend with his lovely wife.
Exactly. She surprised him. Yes.
Exactly. So, when it's 9 o'clock, the banquet's over. Or the banquet's
the reception.
Reception's over. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back for 27. Remember to catch all the great IMCA action on IMCA TV. If you haven't got a chance to, maybe you want to go back and relive some, $24.95. Make sure and get that 30-day replay pass. We'll see you for 27.